Why didn't you do your alcohol screening and assessment?
Forgot to print it out.
What?
I said I forgot to print it out.
Oh, young lady, you are leaving me with no options. And I have a feeling that if you don't follow this, that I'm going to end up sending you for the max.
What happens when someone walks into court thinking the law is just a suggestion? Today, we're unpacking a case that's been lighting up headlines, and for good reason. Miss Johnson arrived with the kind of confidence you'd expect from someone trying to talk their way out of trouble. But the courtroom isn't a stage for charm, and this judge was ready to deliver a reality check. This wasn't her first warning. She'd been given multiple chances to comply. Clear instructions, formal notices, and even a direct warning from the bench back in April. The message couldn't have been clearer: follow through or face consequences. But instead of accountability, she brought an excuse so far-fetched it left the entire courtroom stunned. What followed was a moment of pure judicial clarity. The judge didn't flinch, didn't entertain theatrics, and made it clear that the law doesn't bend for convenience. The ruling was swift, the tone was firm, and the message? Unmistakable. This is what happens when entitlement meets enforcement. And the final moments of this hearing? They've gone viral for a reason. Stick around. We're breaking down every twist, every misstep, and the powerful ending that turned this courtroom drama into a cautionary tale.
Today's the date and time that was originally set for sentencing. I have received and reviewed the recommendation from probation with Ms. Johnson. She has not, we do acknowledge she has not completed the alcohol screening and assessment through Von Schwartz, and she did miss a test on July 1st. I did discuss this with her yesterday on the phone and advised her to go to community corrections as soon as possible to try to test. She informed me, and so did her father, who is here with her today, that she did go to community corrections this morning before court and was there for about 45 minutes, and they said she was unable to test this morning. We are respectfully requesting that the court not remand her at this time and that we adjourn the sentencing out in August to give her the opportunity to complete the alcohol screening and assessment. She is gainfully employed at St. Joe's. She does not want to lose that job. In the alternate, if the court is inclined to remand her in both speaking with Ms. Johnson and her father, our request would be to potentially allow that remand to happen a couple weeks in the future so she can take time off work at St. Joe's so she does not lose that job. Other than that, Your Honor, we respectfully request an adjournment of the sentencing.
And Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, I did communicate with community corrections this morning. She did go over and she wasn't scheduled to do a test today, so she did not test. She did do her download of her scram. I just confirmed with them that there was no violations on the scram. However, she had not reported to them after June 15th. So there was quite a bit of info that they had to download on that. So I do know that there was no violations on the scram. However, probation also wants to point out to the court that this court did direct her back on April 3rd, I believe, and warned her about any further mistesting. So she was given a warning by this court back in April about her remaining compliant with the testing order.
Why?
Why what?
Why'd you miss a test? I mean, I gave you a huge break back in April and just told you, just don't miss the test. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
And then when you pled, why didn't you do your alcohol screening and assessment?
Forgot to print it out.
What?
I said I forgot to print it out.
Oh. They do so much. I mean, I didn't send you the last time. I'll re-refer to defendant to Von Schwartz for completion of her alcohol screening and assessment. Young lady, understand something. If you don't do it, and I don't have that alcohol screening assessment, the only thing that I can really sentence you to is the maximum time. And I don't
The
want to.
paper,
What?
the paper,
What
with all
paper?
the lists on it. What is Von Schwartz?
That's for your alcohol screening and assessment.
Is that somebody I'm supposed to go to? What does that name stand for?
That's somebody that you need to call to set up an appointment so that they can interview you and do an assessment.
Okay.
And Your Honor, my office, I know that the clerk's office sends things out. My office also sent an email to her on June 5th, which gave her the packet and the information for the alcohol assessment in addition to the information to complete the victim's impact.
Need to pay a $75 referral fee. Do you have that?
No.
Adjourner sentenced August 28, 2024, 9 a.m.
He's extending one last lifeline while making it crystal clear that the storm is already gathering. It's the kind of moment where every breath in the courtroom feels heavy, and the silence says more than words ever could. You can almost see the tension hanging in the air, thick enough to cut with a knife. Her attorney, seated beside her, likely has that look of quiet frustration, the kind that says, "This is exactly what I warned you about." Because when a judge leans forward and says you're leaving them with no alternatives, it's not a metaphor. It's a legal turning point. This isn't just a warning. It's the final checkpoint before consequences become unavoidable. And if you're still not listening at that stage, you're not just ignoring the law. You're daring it to respond.
Young lady, you are leaving me with no options. And I have a feeling that if you don't follow this, that I'm going to end up sending you for the maximum time. I don't want to do that. I'm going to end up finding you in contempt and sending you. So in this, I'm going to, for the bond violation, I'm going to remand her for 3 days. Washtenaw County Jail for the bond violation. Defendant remanded. Just go. Is that Dad?
Yes, Your Honor.
Get her back. Dad, hang on one second. Go ahead, take her back. Come on up to the, can you come up to the phone? What's your name, sir?
Tony Johnson.
Okay. Can you help try to get her through the,
Yes, I will definitely make sure that she does it. She lives with her mom, so I don't kind of know the things that kind of goes on. So I'm just coming to support, and I just was hoping that you didn't take her to jail because
I know.
she need this job so bad.
I know. And I trust me, I did not want to. I just, Miss Clara, can you give to Dad the Von Schwartz information and the victim's impact information so that he has it, so that I get where he is, so that he knows what she has to do.
Yes, Your
So
Honor. I do know, I heard him in the hallway, really getting after her for not doing things. So I think that he will.
Well, I don't doubt
If
that.
you stop by my office, or I'll ask them to give you the paper printed out.
Is that in this
It's
building?
right down the hallway.
Okay.
And so I'll tell them you're coming right down.
And,
Okay.
I have the $75 for any fee or whatever that she might have needed to pay. I do have the money, so.
Here's where things landed. Miss Johnson has been ordered to spend 3 days in county jail for violating the terms of her bond. But beyond the sentence, this case is a powerful reminder of what happens when accountability is ignored. The judge exercised remarkable patience, offering repeated chances, clear instructions, and direct warnings. Yet when those efforts are met with continued noncompliance, the legal system must act. Interestingly, her father's decision to step forward and take ownership suggests there may still be a path toward resolution. It's a glimmer of hope in an otherwise tense situation. But let's be clear, court orders are not optional. They're binding, and this case makes that truth impossible to ignore. The judge has now pushed sentencing to August 28th, offering one final opportunity for Ms. Johnson to complete her alcohol screening and assessment. It's a last chance, and likely the last time leniency will be on the table. If this courtroom moment left you stunned, you're not alone. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think she'll take this seriously now? And if you're following these legal breakdowns, be sure to subscribe for more real-world cases that show exactly how justice unfolds.